Oh, Manenti didn't have too much control over it. Takes on Xavier Bartlett. And you asked for Fox win. 6 for 54, chasing just 115. What do you reckon it'll be, Watto?
Oh, Brisbane Heat are definitely more than 50-50.
I'm going fit.
Yeah.
64%.
In 10 overs, how quickly that percentage can change.
The Brisbane Heat have been an unbelievable team this year.
They have. Mission impossible, we talked about it pre-game.
Twice. They chased down 257, which no one gave them a chance. I didn't give them a chance to do that.
Not even you.
Exactly, not even me. And then against the Adelaide Strikers, they should have lost that game, but they found a way with the ball, and now they're finding a way again tonight. It's a terrible score they put on the board. Terrible score. But look, they've got them 6 for 54. They're right in this again. Could they steal another one?
Matt Renshaw. Andy part-time bowler, picked up a nice wicket the other night. Oh, and that's in the air as well and out of control.
It's just amazing in 10 overs, even less, probably 8 overs when we saw the last Fox win percentage. Brisbane Heat, 10% if not less. That was way down, but now, what a fight back.
Well, we were even talking about how quick can they win. You know, let's bump the net run rate up.
Short of Davies, you can work that for one. So what's the attitude of these two batsmen now?
Well, I think just get a busy partnership going. I mean, Ben Manenti, his way is to be aggressive. He'll look to hit the ball hard, and if he can come off, then it gets him ahead of the game again. Joel Davies, well, I think he'll more work the ball, run hard.
Oh, that's straight back to the bowler.
Goodness.
Renshaw takes the catch, and the Sixers are in free fall. 7 for 56. And right now, it's hard to see them winning. The Heat are on a heater at Coffs Harbour.
What the hell is going on here? That was an innocuous ball from Renshaw. But he's picked up Manenti, just popped it back to him. Oh, the Brisbane Heat. They are. How big is this rabbit they're pulling out of the hat?
I thought, why are they bowling Renshaw now? Wouldn't you bowl one of your fast bowlers that have been doing the job? But Renshaw's done the job. Ben Manenti goes for 2. The Sixers, 7 for 56.
Hayden Kerr is the new batsman.
That's one thing they do have, the Sixers. They have plenty of batting.
Yep.
Kerr in at 9. They've still got Sean Abbott to come to. Dorsius can hit a long ball.
They've got a lot of batting to come still, so they're certainly nowhere near out of this game. But goodness me, this is a proper free-for-all.
Plenty of experience under his belt now, 29 years of age. Hayden Kerr, we mentioned earlier, he made a name for himself in that final against the Adelaide Strikers with 98 not out.
The problem from the batting point of view now, you get into a mindset of don't make a mistake, and that's not where you want to be in T20 cricket.
Renshaw tosses it up, and the invitation was there. Drive into the covers, Wildermuth knocks it down.
The bowling team's up and about, the field's in tight, you can feel the pressure of the game, and yeah, you don't want to be in that position, Reg. Don't get out, don't make a mistake.
Quickly delivers the next one. Kerr strokes it.
You see the batters tonight, and especially the Sixers, have been just not watching the ball right on their bat. They're hitting the ball out in front of their eyes enough, and the ball's going up-ish. On a wicket that might not be super true, you do have to watch that ball that little bit closer, which means that you actually hit the ball that tiny bit later.
Oh, get it! Well done, squeeze it, let's go, boy!
Careful, Davies. Hot and over from Matt Renshaw, 1 for 3. And the Sixers find themselves behind the 8 ball. It's 7 for 57. Target 115. Now it's runs ahead of balls by 4.
We didn't think we'd be saying that, Hutto.
No.
Sixers behind the 8 ball. There's a few nervous faces on there. Matthew Mott on the left of screen there. And Greg Shippert does not look happy at all, does he?
The arms folded. He's seen a bit in his time.
Yep, knowing Greg Shippert well, be surprised if his shoes and socks aren't off right now. It's one of his go-tos when the team's under a little bit of pressure.
Has to defy history tonight. Wildermuth continues, and out of control for Kerr, but he'll take the run that comes his way. Down to Balkan.
The one thing that for youngsters out there, you hear coaches talk all the time. You're just out in front of yourself a little bit. You're hitting the ball a little bit too early. When the ball can be a bit up, you hit the ball a bit uppish. But one of the simple things to do is to be able to actually watch the ball really close and hit it under your eyes. Watch the ball right onto your bat. And that's when you do hit the ball later. But goodness me, how good. How good is this game?
Down the ground, again, quick single Bartlett with a rocket arm. Kuhnemann backs it up well. I think he was there.
Well, the Heat have an opportunity to create history tonight. If they can defend this total of 114, it'll be the lowest total ever defended in the Big Bash. 117 was the Scorchers, which we've seen them do that. Not that low, but I mean, defend low totals.
They did that for a big period of time too, didn't they?
Certainly did. Hobart Hurricanes have done it on 3 occasions, low totals.
Oh, run him out!
Running out was the call. Shot stops. Not far off. Kuhnemann to his left.
This has become very much something you don't normally see with the Sixers.
Bit of panic, isn't it, really?
You normally see composure under pressure, and that's the reason why they've been so successful throughout the years. But this has been just a little bit too panicky. Run-out chances, just mistakes you normally don't see from the Sixers batters.
What are you doing about the surge, Watto?
You're holding it for a while at the moment.
Hold it? You'd hold it?
Absolutely.
Davies drives again straight to Renshaw, shaped but doesn't throw.
Now everything's going straight to the fielder.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's incredible. And this is where you get that mindset of don't get out, don't make a mistake. It brings indecision. There's almost a run out, a little mix up with the running between the wickets. Balls start going to fielders. The panic sets in. Just need to take a deep breath, create the situation of the game out of your mind and just play that next ball.
Crazy to think how the match started tonight with Sixers being blasted by Jack Wildermuth. He has the ball now. Yeah. Davies is able to flick him away.
Got it now.
Only for one.
The required run rate is only 6.61, so the Sixers batters don't need to do anything crazy at all, apart from just watch that ball, react. There's enough gaps out there to be able to get your ones and twos without taking a risk, but you definitely still want to have that intent to be able to be ready to put away a loose ball if it comes your way, not that thought of, oh, don't get out, don't make a mistake, because that's when you're more chance of making a mistake.
Yeah. Good, hard cricket shots.
Can he finish off the over here, Wildermuth?
Oh, Muffy!
Good sound effects. Muffy. Kerr is 4, so is Davies. So 53 required from 48 runs. The glum faces on the Sixers bench says it all, doesn't it? I mean, they could be, we talked about the Heat being behind the ledger, but they could crash to 2 and 4, the Sixers, if they lose tonight.
Yeah, it's huge, especially after keeping the Heat to a well below par score. They would have been very confident knocking these off, but now they've got some serious work to do there. You wouldn't go as far as to say the season's on the line, but this really does put them behind the 8 ball.
But it sounds like you might be saying that, Mike Hussey.
Another hat-trick ball here for Kuhnemann.
Yeah, on a hat-trick. Second Heat player tonight to be on a hat-trick. So Coffs Harbour crowd here, they've been treated to a very different BBL experience, but full of drama. And now Matt Kuhnemann on a hat-trick. Hayden Kerr.
Oh, yes, Cooney.
Where's the slip?
Where is the slip?
Did they forget?
Just had Jack Edwards caught it first slip, wider first slip. There's enough grip in this surface for Kuhnemann.
Oh, nice, bud.
This is a little bit bewildering.
I was thinking they need a short leg in there.
Balls left in his spell, Matt Kuhnemann. 7 for 63. They got to 15 without loss. And they've lost 7 wickets since.
Tough for the spinner bowling at night with that dew around. Ball gets a bit wet, harder to grip.
Oh.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is drop the ball just before you're about to bowl it. You have to re-dry it. But
Two balls left for Kuhnemann. Sixers home game in Coffs Harbour.
Yeah, I'm not writing the Sixers off at all.
No.
Not at all. I think this could go right down to the wire.
Well, we saw drama at the MCG last night. Now, just over 9,000 people glued to the action in Coffs Harbour. Matt Kuhnemann doesn't quite have the field he wants. Got to get everything precise. Just a fraction shorter, and Kerr's able to just use that little bit of opportunity and time to get it through the covers from that length.
Hayden Kerr's come in really nicely. Just hit that ball a little bit later.
Into the gaps. Let's get that scoreboard ticking over. The run rate required is not the problem. It's the wickets. So they've just got to try and keep building this partnership. It's only worth 9 at the moment, but they've just managed to stem that flow of wickets. They lost 3 really quick ones.
9's not bad tonight, is it really? Last ball for Matt Kuhnemann to the left-handed Davies, who dismissed him earlier.
Well done.
He's able to negotiate that ball and get himself a single. It ends a fine spell of bowling, though, from Matt Kuhnemann. 4 overs, 2 for 14. Stunning economy, isn't it? Still some hitting power too in the sheds, isn't there? Yeah.
Well done.
And it's a wonderful spell, though. That is as good a 4 overs as you'll see. Matt Kuhnemann. He's got 2 for 14. After 13, it's 7 for 66.
We've got a juicer and a steam oven, but our favorite appliance is our Aquasana filter. It makes all the water that we drink and cook with cleaner and healthier.
Tastes better too.
Visit aquasana.com today.
Into the 14th over, still no power surge. It's been a nice change-up option for Nathan McSweeney, and we've got a visitor.
We've got an idiot.
Yep. Got a game of cricket going on here. Well, it doesn't matter. He's just on the suplex.
That's so Joel Davies as well. He appreciated it. I think he might be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, well, that 8 seconds of fun for that lunatic's going to end up being very costly and embarrassing and humiliating and expensive. So, I hope you enjoyed it.
So, another part of the game here is the power surge. That is still up the sleeve of the Sydney Sixers. When do you take it? When do you think about taking it?
It's a good question, Finchy. It's similar to the first innings where you often don't find yourself in these kind of situations where you're a bit stuck. I'm probably more inclined just to try and knock them around for a few overs and utilise it at the back end. I almost think it's easier to score with 4 or 5 men out than it is with 2 men out.
Yeah, I agree.
Wicket. So you're actually better off better off holding back in that regard, and even if you need it at the end for the last two to try and potentially slog it, almost hold it back that far, because you need those gaps because it's so hard to time the ball. Seen a lot of balls hit at sort of catchable height through the ring, and especially now that you're down to, what is it, number 8 and 9 at the crease. But
yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. You see, it feels as though these two have come together. Their partnership's 10 off 16, but they've been able to rotate the strike easily.
He's got plenty on that. And it's a beautiful three-quarter swing into that by Davies. And that's the first time they've got one over the rope in the innings.
Yep, and that one certainly helps in the chase. It's a beautiful swing from Joel Davies. Deep square, thought he had a chance for maybe about a split second, and then went no. That's going about 15 metres over, and I think someone's taken a very good catch in the crowd and been nice enough to throw it back, which is good.
Unusual celebration. He's having a good time.
Just following on from that, Chad, as well, we probably saw the blueprint for that at the back end of the Brisbane Heat innings, where two guys that have, I don't know if either of them had even batted in a Big Bash game before. If they had, they would have faced probably under 10 balls between them in Tom Balkin and Ollie Patterson, and they were able to knock them around with those 5 out, and you just go, I think that's the easier way to go. I certainly didn't have them showing the way of how to bat on this wicket on my bingo card coming into the game today, but they have certainly shown that it is possible.
Oh, hit it!
It's nicely placed.
And in that first innings, we were talking a lot about how important those runs were, just to get that score from, okay, we're no chance, to we don't think we're much of a chance, but maybe we are a sniff if we get a couple of early wickets. And then, yeah, we said cricket's a funny game, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in this kind of position. So, yeah, big tick for those two young men for what they did before, because they've given them a fighting chance, and then all of a sudden they're on the front foot, the Brisbane Heat.
Oh, Mark, beautiful.
And we also talked about what happens when the wicket gets slightly dewy and the ball gets a fraction older. As soon as the shine comes off the ball, the wicket settles down and it becomes really good for batting. So it'll become a consistent, more even-paced wicket. So from that point of view, you can afford to take your time. Whether you need it, required at the moment, 6.3 and over. So the run rate is well and truly under control. So you can continue to knock it around for as long as you want in this situation. You can take it in the 19th and 20th over, or the 18th and 19th.
Gets a full toss, puts it away. So a couple of big boundaries here for the Sixers. The batter Joel Davies, 14 runs from the over, 7 for 80.
Ultimate hands-free shoes. Visit kizik.com/TV to get 15% off your first order, plus free shipping and easy returns.
Comfortable too.
Yeah, well, that was the first over above 8 to the Sydney Sixers. That goes to show how hard it has been to find boundaries in this second innings. 8 boundaries in 14 overs, 7 fours and 1 6. You can see how much work Matty Renshaw's putting into drying that ball.
Oh, really good. Good, Brad. Nice effort.
It might even be worth Nathan McSweeney taking that ball to the umpires and saying, hey, this is getting a little bit too extreme. Can we get a new ball? Can we change it over?
What would his chances be?
There's not a real precedent set in Big Bash cricket because we don't have grounds that get so much dew on them. I reckon Renshaw might be even saying that at the moment. So this is getting really difficult to hold. I feel as though it's a big disadvantage.
So part of that conversation was, I believe, that Renshaw said to the umpire that the ball did slip out of my hand on release. 2 in a row is what we're being told is related to those around him.
He's drifted in beautifully there, though, didn't he? Nearly landed on the toe.
Might need a few more to slip out.
Yeah, so that's what he's saying. Absolutely, that's what he's saying at the moment. He's saying, look, you try and feel it. You see if you can grip onto that. And he'll continue to do this every single ball.
Oh, great skid, man.
And the more
He's having real issues here. Yeah.
the more it keeps running along the outfield, the wetter it'll get. Now, that bit of pressure's been put on the umpires. They're going to change this ball. And they're coming together and they're saying, yeah, maybe this is unfair. This is a big disadvantage.
It's not the shape. We're not worried about that. That's not the issue, is it?
No, it's not the issue at all. It's how wet the seam gets. It becomes almost impossible to grip onto. It becomes like a cake of soap. So 3 balls of changing, or 3 balls of whinging to the umpire's work, but I think it's the right call. It's not something that we're overly familiar with in Australia. When you go and play cricket in the subcontinent, you get some grounds that are flooded at night. It's almost impossible to hold onto the ball, and they'll often change it every 6 or 7 overs because it gets so wet and becomes such an advantage.
Seems in better spirits now, Matty Renshaw, now that he's done his work, which is always good.
Watch this one get hit out of the park and go, can I have the soft old one back again?
Well, what happens if he gets a bit of bounce and rip and turn and a nick and Kerr, who's on strike, Davies goes out. The Sydney Sixers might have a grievance or two.
I don't think Greg Shippard, the old fella, will be too happy about that, would he?
I think it's an understanding within the game that it gets to the point and you put yourself in their position at the same time. Maybe not right now you do that, but at the end you go, yeah, well, maybe it is a little bit unfair when the ball does get so wet, and you have to be prepared to be flexible because it could happen to you at any stage as well.
Probably something to comment on as well. It's obviously really wet out there. The fielding standards haven't dropped at all from the Brisbane Heat, which shows how good guys are getting at.
There's the equation, bottom of the screen. Wicket soon changes everything again. Right now you feel like Davies and Kerr have got this as under control as anything's been so far tonight from a batting perspective. What can the kid do? Comes from the other end. Oh, beautifully Ollie Patterson.
Yeah, he has. You almost feel like they've been able to take the emotion out of the game at the moment, the Sydney Sixers, and they've just weathered the storm for the last 5 overs. This partnership now up to 30 from 28 deliveries, but it's been risk-free. It's been nice batting. It's been controlled batting. They haven't panicked whatsoever. And the key to that, they still only need to run a ball. So there's no need to do anything different. There's no need to play a rash shot or a big shot and put your team under any kind of pressure.
Dry ball, go back to Ollie Patterson as well. He was the danger man early.
But it's been risk-free batting. It's been nice. It's been defensive, tight pushes where they're just looking to hit the gap and run. They don't need to do anything more than that. 28 off 28. Dorsius and Abbott, they've had significant contributions with the bat in the past, but you don't want to leave it up to anyone else. You saw what that burst of 4 wickets in 3 overs did for the Brisbane Heat. That got them up and about. Makes everything frantic around the wicket.
One extra up in the ring for Hayden Kerr as well. As Nathan McSweeney at the moment, you're always wanting them to take the power surge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just to change the momentum a little bit.
Well, you know that they'll hit the ball in the air, which gives an opportunity.
Yep.
And so often throughout the Big Bash in the last couple of seasons, the power surge is one thing that goes belly up more often than not for teams when they're in a great position and they lose 2 or 3 wickets in the power surge because everybody thinks aerial.
That's where that's gone. It's going to land safely. Bryant can't get there. Well, I don't have to take it.
Well, they have to take it at some point.
Do you have to?
Oh, yeah, I think you do.
You do?
Yeah. Well, I know you do. Because there's times when you go, no, we're happy with 5 out.
And that's going to go all the way.
Big boundary that. Gets it back under that run of ball again. It's been really impressive so far, Joel Davies. Back of the hand, slower ball. Picked it. Almost scooped it. About 2 metres over, I think that's Xavier Bartlett at mid-on. Ollie Patterson thought he was in the game for a second then.
So a couple of good overs back to back for the Sixers, 7 for 93. So the batters are in the middle contemplating what's next. There's been a 4-man meeting of the minds of the Brisbane Heat about what to do next. So they're going to stay with Renshaw. And 2 very good overs. They need a wicket now. Joel Davies has been the one who's managed to find the boundaries.
Oh, here we go!
It's good running from Kerr, isn't it?
Certainly is. I like the move though. They're going Wildermuth 1 left, Patterson 1 left, Bartlett 1 left. The game may not last that long though. They need a wicket. The Brisbane Heat.
Oh, let us get it! I'll move.
Do you play your trump card, Xavier Bartlett, next over?
Yep.
Even without the surge?
Yeah, you have to. Don't worry about the surge now.
Yep.
It's under a run of ball. You need to take 3 wickets. That's the only way you look at it. Who gives me the best opportunity to get those last 3 wickets?
Wherever you want, mate.
Working overtime. The moisture off that cricket ball.
And it's just the seam. It becomes so slippery. And if you're trying to bowl finger spin or leg spin for that matter, it becomes incredibly difficult to grip and try and get any revs on the ball.
Oh, Reynolds, well done. Well done,
Good
boys.
fielding.
Excellent.
The squeeze is on here. Renshaw's been hard to get away. Every single ball.
Oh, get it!
Well bowled again. Just the 4 runs from the over. Still a runner ball required. 7 for 97.
It's the over.
The best investment we can make is in our health.
With our Aquasana water filter, we know we're drinking cleaner, healthier water.
And that will pay the highest dividends.
Cheers.
Now up to 50% off at aquasana.com.
You read it like a book, you two. No mucking around now. They go to their ace in the deck. They need him to break through. The extra pace has brought about the boundary.
It was a great effort in the deep, but again, just a fraction too much width. Kerr throws the hands at it, drags it back, and makes a meal of it when he tries to grab it with the right hand. You could even see when he slid for that ball how much water was coming up. The spray everywhere. Just goes to show how wet that outfield is now. Just 14 required.
Like this move, you're still 1 wicket away from really opening this up again. Seen how hard runs are to come by. Another wicket, another dot ball. Xavier Bartlett's their man.
Partnership this has been 45 when their backs were against 7 for 56 they were when these two came together. It was all heading Brisbane Heat's way.
Been good control, good smart batting. Nothing reckless, understanding the situation. I'm probably sitting with their feet up at the halfway mark thinking we won't be required. We'll dust this run chase as quick as possible. Then you find yourself out in the middle under pressure. But have the clarity of thought and just the mindset of saying, what does the team need me to do right now? Nothing more, nothing less. Just find a way to do what is in the best interest of the team.
Fight back from Bartlett in, Will.
Certainly is, Murray. I've got a left field one for you, Finchy. Does any part of you want to bowl Matt Renshaw in the power surge? As a bit of an X-factor move where they might try and slog one across the line.
Well, they're going to try and slog it anyway, aren't they? Wickets.
Yep.
Who will give me the best chance of getting a wicket? And if that conclusion, with all the data, all the experience that Nathan McSweeney's got out in the middle, says, you know what, it's Renshaw with a long on and a deep mid wicket. Yep. Yeah, you take that on, absolutely.
Last ball for Bartlett. Can he provide the breakthrough? He cannot. A couple of overs to go. 7 for 103.
Well, our surges in Armin and Arjun have been incredibly patient this evening. They've been down here since the 10th over. Finally, we get to see the Sixers take the power surge. These guys are 11 and 8. They play locally here in Coffs Harbour, and they love Bubba Azam. Unfortunately, that didn't go their way this evening.
No, it did not. How's this going to go? Oh, it's good point work. The throw just asked a bit too much.
But it's good aggressive running. They only had 2 on their mind as soon as that hit the bat. They both put their head down. That's not the biggest throw. Actually, Brian, he did some good work. Good communication. Both good athletes.
That is a tough call.
The old gamesmanship attempt from the Brisbane Heat. Bit of an appeal, distract the umpire. Didn't quite get it done.
50 partnership up.
In the context of this game, that is incredible. The 50 partnership, the 8th wicket.
That one a bit more straightforward. It's been so impressive, has Ollie Patterson. It's a shame to see him just lose his way a fraction here.
It's getting tough now.
What a time for the Sixers to produce their highest 8-wicket partnership. It was running totally away from them, wasn't it? They were just about gone. 7 for 56. Great shot. He's been the one. It's his 4th boundary.
A 34 not out in the previous game to get the Sydney Sixers across the line. He's played an absolute gem tonight with the bat. He was outstanding with the ball. Jeez, he's just used all of his cricket smarts. Hasn't overplayed it. He continues to impress with bat and ball.
And one good swing of the bat now away from getting themselves out of a hole and claiming a very important 2 points.
You're certainly right, Pinchy. He's a very impressive young cricketer. Does it all, moves beautifully in the field. Now hands it over to Hayden Kerr to finish the job. Listed to bat at number 11 today, Hayden Kerr. Got the big promotion to number 9.
After he's opened the batting in a Big Bash final.
Yep. I think he might be staying at 9 after today. There'll be a few promotions. We've heard Tommy Bolkin's getting up to 9 in his club side, which is good. It's been a night for the youngsters. Joel Davies brilliant. Ollie Patterson with ball and with bat for the Brisbane Heat to give them a fighting chance. On a difficult surface, they've shown the way in what's turned out to be a very intriguing game. We keep saying cricket's a funny game. I don't want to write it off just yet.
Surely not.
We've had them on 2 hat-tricks tonight. Who's not to say there won't be 3?
Well, Hayden Kerr's prepared to answer that question for you, Will. He's held himself back. Admirable restraint. But when the moment produced and presented, he produced. And with that come 2 very important points for the Sydney Six in what's been a remarkable game of T20 cricket.
It's not the normal bash and crash that we're used to seeing in T20 cricket. but it'll be a huge sigh of relief for the Sydney Sixers camp. They did a brilliant job with the ball to restrict the Brisbane Heat to 114, and they wobbled. They were in some serious trouble at 7 for 56. Then again, a couple of youngsters, Joel Davies and Hayden Kerr, put on the highest partnership of the match, 62 from just 49 deliveries, to guide their team home under severe pressure.
It's good to see sometimes as well. As you mentioned, Finchy, we're used to the bash and crash, but seeing guys get challenged in different conditions and having to find a way, find a method, do things a little bit differently is so good for the confidence of both Joel Davies and Hayden Kerr to show they absolutely belong at this level. I know Hayden Kerr's done it for a long time, but to come in and do that, and as you said, put on 62 in a game where one team scraped to 114 and the other team found themselves 7 for 56 is just highly impressive. And it's pretty much saved the Sydney Sixers season. They were really reeling at a stage there, staring down the barrel of 2 and 4. It's a hard place to come back from. But they're well and truly back on track now.
That's a match-winning smile right there. Outstanding performance, 35 from 26. Be a satisfied coach. Sometimes you just got to win ugly.
Just find a way.
Yep.
And that's what they did. They looked gone for all money. And it wasn't a situation that big hitting got them out of trouble. It was cricket smarts. The Brisbane Heat, 9 for 114. We always felt as it wasn't going to be enough. Wildermuth, Wobgan, decent with the bat. Joel Davies, he was outstanding with ball. And then what we thought would be a canter turned in to be a real dogfight. Joel Davies, the standout with bat in hand. 35 from just 26 deliveries.
No, it was outstanding stuff from him in amongst a quagmire for many who couldn't find any shots to play. They couldn't get the ball to the rope. They couldn't do anything expansive at all, and yet he was the one that found his way to sort of find his natural game in amongst all of the challenges that conditions here tonight produced. It's a big night for the Sixers. A great turnout here in Coffs Harbour. Full house. Have seen the team. They predominantly came to support Emma Freedman. You're down there with the man of the match.
Who, our KFC player of the match, has to go to Joel Davies with that match-winning knock, but also the 2 wickets in the first innings. That is as hard a victory as you will find in this competition, I reckon.
Yeah, I think I haven't played in a game like that before, to be honest, and yeah, it was scrappy, but we like to, our motto is win from any position, and I guess that was one of those moments.
Before we get into your contribution this evening, these conditions, have you seen anything like it? Like the dew, I had my bag on the ground and it's absolutely saturated.
Yeah, I think we were fortunate enough to bowl first, so we didn't get these conditions. But and I guess it came on a bit better with the bat, batting in the second innings. But yeah, we got ourselves into a bit of trouble, and yeah, happy we got the win in the end.
Those first couple of wickets, those contributions from the entire bowling attack there in the first innings.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the fast bowlers set it up completely and made my job a lot easier. I think I came in